Well, can I start by saying, if digital technology has ever been put to good use, it's in making this story, isn't it?
Oh, well, that's kind of you to say. Yeah, I mean, we certainly we're a digital company, so yeah, absolutely.
When Peter Jackson comes to you with this project that he wants to re-digitise this footage, I mean, what were your kind of initial responses, really?
Blown away that we were even, considered for the project, and we did test work, and we tried our best to impress them, and we did something right. So we were just astonished and blown away that we were even awarded this project. So it was a wonderful experience.
Peter's, his work is very kind of innovative. Did you have the technology in place before you started this project, or was that something that you had to go and rebuild, remaster,
A little bit of both. I mean, we had the stereo part of our company has a number of processes that lend themselves to this project. Certainly, a lot of the techniques we use for stereo. Russ was a stereographer for the project as well as the comp supervisor. Then we could use that for example, the color creation. But we also had to invent a lot of things from scratch. We didn't want to limit ourselves by what we had at the time. We would paint single frames and show them to the director, to Peter, and that put a lot of pressure on us to be able to apply that work that we were doing on single frames to moving images. But we never limited ourselves, and I think as a team we had faith that we would come up with the techniques needed to apply that richness that we could do on one image to the moving images.
So that's interesting as well, because you were working with different frame rates, so you're having to fill in gaps. Can you tell us a little bit more about the technique and how you achieved that? I don't know who wants to answer that.
Well, okay, I'll do that. So we basically, after we retime the shot, we have to fill in the gap, like you said. So we have to source from the frame before, frame after, and if the footage are very scratchy, we have nothing to source from. So we have to make up a lot of the stuff to make sure it's smooth, Yeah.
There were a couple of things. The one was actually retiming to 24. That had its own challenges. There were some trickier shots than others, but there were also a handful of shots where there were missing frames, and some of them quite a few frames, and those were tricky. To invent things that aren't there. But we have at Stereo D we're kind of used to that in a way. Our stereo process is we do a lot of painting. The more stereo we add to a scene, then the more we have to paint in that scene. So we have quite a lot of specialties, if you like, within the company that we built upon to do that.
And the other thing I've noticed as well, it isn't just digital painting. You're texturizing the fabrics, the environment, the casualties of war. So what did you do to create that process? I don't know who would like to answer that.
I mean, to be honest, our restoration process got pretty exact. So a lot of the textures you see, they're there. We were able to dig them out of that kind of fog of scratches and little dust spots. And
it is a good question though, because also there was a lot of grain in film back then. I mean, some of the shots, the grain is the size of golf balls. So there is a difference though between grain and texture. So a lot of the tests that we did early on, maybe we removed too much grain. And even though everything looked smooth, maybe it removed too much texture. So we were very critical of that process, removing just the right amount to make the picture look modern and something that a modern day audience could identify with, but at the same time making sure that it retains any texture that was important for the shot and for the story.
Can I just ask one more question before you go? You're working with very kind of visceral material, working on that day in, day out. How did that affect you as a person? Because this is real life.
Yeah, no, it was emotional. I mean, the first time you see a completed shot of the content that we had to do, it kind of hits you. It's like, these are real people. These are people's grandparents, and it makes you stop and kind of care about it even more. So, yeah.
I mean, there was one piece of it where there was guys relaxing. They didn't look relaxed, but they were just kind of sitting there waiting for something to happen. And we found out from the historian that most likely every one of those men were gone within an hour. And we didn't know that. We were just working on the shot, and it just kind of hits you like, oh, those poor guys.
Gentlemen, thank you for bringing this to the big screen.
Thank you.
Honour to meet you. Great work. Thank you very much. Thank you.